You see.
All right, guys, I would say we're back, but we are here with our first client success story interview. We got our man Corey today. I'm going to start doing these. I've been told to do this for the longest in terms of client success stories and things like that. So definitely you guys are going to be able to see a lot of those come about in the next couple of weeks and even the next couple of months, and even the students that are within Creatively as a whole. But we got Corey here today. We're going to start off with a couple of questions that I had as far as from, how he got started into this game, the journey to success, where he is now. And yeah, so I guess without further ado, go ahead and introduce yourself, Corey, to the channel. Tell them what you do, and we'll get straight into it.
All right. Like you said, my name is Corey. Why are you laughing? My name is Corey, bro, like he said. And I met Key probably in April when I first got into this content stuff. And I can say it has definitely helped me out a lot in terms of making content and making some general revenue on the side. So yeah, here we are today, and I'm about to explain to y'all and show y'all proof that it's helped me out.
Okay. And what are you doing currently now? Because I know you were in the content game kind of part-time when I first had met Corey, but what are you doing now?
Yeah, so when I first started doing it, it was just strictly content because I have a food truck. I own a food truck. But around that time, we were closed down, so I was just trying to find something to do on the side and make some money. So I ended up doing that. I was doing that for a while, did pretty good, and now the food truck's back up and running. So I'm back over here on the food truck side now. I left the content stuff alone a little bit. I'm hearing out a little bit, but I'm solely focused on the food truck right now.
Okay. For sure. And I know when we first met, you had came across me, I think, on YouTube. So I had found Corey. Well, he found me, and I ended up doing a little bit more research on Corey.
Yeah.
Take them back to like when you started the whole YouTube, because when I found Corey, I think he had around 60,000 subscribers on YouTube from doing a ton of short form. So the minute I laid eyes on him and I seen him, I'm like, okay, he's going to be a killer ass creator. But kind of take us back to kind of how you got started in the game with like the whole content before me and you had met each other.
Yeah. So like you said, I was going crazy on YouTube. I had like 60K followers. I was averaging like probably 100 to 200K on each short. Some shorts hit like 7 mil, 8 mil. More of the story, I was doing pretty good on short form content, so I was looking for another way to monetize it. So I looked up on YouTube. I don't know exactly what I was looking up, but somehow I came across one of his videos where he was explaining the Content Amplifier stuff. So I watched the video, and he only had like 200 views on that video, but I don't know how I seen it. I was like, when I seen it, I watched it, I was like, okay, this is definitely something I could do. I'm already making short form content. I'm already pretty good at it. So let me go ahead. I think I just filled out a form on his thing or whatever like that. And then we ended up hopping on the call. He told me about content amplifying, and I was like, all right, let's do it. And then yeah.
So that's how it kind of happened in a sense. At first, he said he had to go transfer his money in his bank account, and I'm like, okay, it's probably gonna go like every other call. But we ended up processing the payment. We kind of got him started. Like I said, he was a beginner in a sense of doing it for companies, but he was doing it for himself, where he would basically do a lot of videos around. It was like food, cooking stuff, basically the whole food channel thing. And that's kind of tying it back to like what he's doing now, which is his passion, which is the food truck. So I guess in all that, dude, like what made you want to join Creatively? Like what was it that stood out amongst everything else that was out there?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You can be real.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. When we was on the phone, you called me and we did the Zoom and shit like that. You was in some nice ass penthouse in Canada or some shit like that. I was like, okay, this man, he know what he doing. He know what he doing. Let me go ahead, buckle down and see what he got to say and listen to him. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and join. I was like, I wanted to listen to you because you had a nice crib, just like everybody else. Like they see somebody doing good in the field and they want to go do it too. So
yeah,
that's why I joined.
Okay. And also, it was one thing that he did mention when we were on the call. He was like, "You sound like you from Ohio or Dayton or something."
Yeah. I could tell he was from Ohio for sure. I don't know how. I think it was just because you didn't have an accent or you just sound too familiar. So I was like, oh yeah, you somewhere from around here.
Yeah.
So, but that played another part, bro. We had a quick connection when we talked. So yeah, I was like, okay, let's do it.
100%.
Lie to me.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I guess once you got into the game, what do you feel as if was like the biggest mindset shift for you when you figured out that you could land brand deals without having a following? Like, what was that like for you when you first figured that out?
It was easier than I expected.
Yeah.
All you needed was like a case study and a good proposal, you know, sounding like you know what you're talking about, which you get the scripts and creatively. So it's not really like you have to come up with nothing special. You just get the template and implement certain words into it, and you send it out. You just do a mass outreach, and you're gonna get like easily. I don't like not gonna lie, the responses came back more frequently than I thought. So I was like, okay, this is not hard. I literally had people just sending emails for me all day because I knew that was the key. So definitely outreach was easier than I thought, and landing deals was easier than I thought.
Yeah. And why do you feel this? Why do you feel that way? Is it because like brands are just so new to this model and not really understand the potential?
Yeah. So I mean nowadays, I was going to say technology, social media is where people want to market at, and all these companies out there, they're kind of older, so they don't really know what's. We're attacking a green market. You know what I mean? It was open. People need people like us to create content for them on social media because they're too busy worrying about the back end stuff and stuff like that. So they need us to work the front end. So I was like, it's like, yeah, it was kind of green. It's green. It's a green method.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what I try to say in a lot of my videos. So a lot of people that are watching this, it's like the influencer era is now dead. Like brands want to build community, brands want to be able to put out that organic style of content. And with that being said, they're willing and wanting to hire creators just like ourselves. So when Corey goes out to approach these people, and even myself or even the creators that I teach, we're going at it at a different angle and a different pitch and a way different position on how to position ourselves and how we can help them grow. And when they see this, it's like, this is something we've never seen. And that's why it almost makes it easy to realistically land these brand deals. But I think the hardest part, would you agree, is performing for them, right?
For sure. Yeah. Deliverance. Yeah.
Exactly. And that leads me to my next question. It's like, walk us through like your first successful brand deal and tell them, and I know exactly who you're going to say, and tell me what that was like as far as walk them through the whole, when you went viral, what happened when you called me.
I can say the brand name?
Yeah. You can say it. Yeah, you can say it. I don't care.
All right. So it was Final Boss. It's like a sour candy brand.
Yeah.
And once I first landed the deal, he sent me $1,000. And I was like, nah, this is crazy. He sent me $1,000 like up front. So I didn't even worry about the deliverance. I was just excited that I had it. But then I was like, okay, I gotta sit here and deliver. So I started making the videos. It was literally like put my camera on my steering wheel, hold the candy up, and just copy what everybody else was doing, but add my own personality to it.
Yeah.
And it was super simple. I can knock out like 5 videos in one day. So the deliverance on Final Boss was kind of easier, but you know, it got harder as you go on and start doing it a lot. And you know, you like, all right, I don't want to do this no more.
Yeah, 100%. And would you say, at least for like everything, as everything goes, like how would you compare these videos versus UGC style videos? So a lot of people are familiar with like UGC. So
UGC, I feel like you have to put a lot more thought into it, and you have to have an actual script for some of it. I mean, I never did UGC, so I'm not too fabricated on like how they record their videos and stuff like that. I know for a fact that like you have to do a lot more for UGC in terms of like coming up with a script, going off of what they want, and the Content Amplifier, you can be as creative as you want. You can really do whatever you want to, just as long as it's a good video.
Yeah. 100%. If a lot of people are not familiar with UGC, basically, I think with UGC, you're spending hours on end, probably trying to create one video with having to try different concept, different hooks, you know, even with scripting, and also just with Content Amplifier, organic content. Would you say it's a lot more just straightforward and simple, where you can have fun with it, where you can have that organic feel to it?
Yeah, you can do it. Like you can just pull up the camera and have fun for real. Yeah, you're implementing the product.
Yeah, 100%. Okay. And what would you say to just people that are watching this? What was like the biggest challenge you face when creating content for brands? Like, what would you say that looks like?
The biggest challenge. My bad. The biggest challenge, like as I started doing it more, it was deliverance. Like,
yeah.
Oh, hold on, bro. Somebody's blowing something up.
You good?
All right. Yeah, it was deliverance. Like for some of the brand deals, we had to do 30 videos a month. And oh my gosh, bro. Hold on. What, Dante? What do you want?
Hey, what
I'm in the middle of something right now. I keep declining you for a reason.
Oh, I thought you was on D&D.
No, I'm declining you, bro. Hold on, give me a sec. I'll call you back.
All right, my fault.
Look, he's gonna be 3 times back to back.
Good, go ahead.
So ask me a question again.
Basically, like, what was the biggest obstacle or challenge that you faced when creating content?
Okay, it was definitely deliverance. You know, having to pull, because some brands are easier than others. I would say the hardest ones were like supplements. For me personally, this is just for me.
Yeah.
Because supplements, you got to sit there and talk in front of the camera. They're called talking head videos. I hated them. I hate talking head videos, bro.
Yeah.
It's like you have to come up with a script. Those are the ones you do have to come up with a script, or you can freestyle. Some people are freestyling it, but I wasn't good at freestyling it. I'll be yapping, and I freaking hated it, because you would think you would talk, you would say a whole script in the video, you would get done and watch it, and you'd be like, bro, I sound retarded.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, bro, this is, and then you gotta go do it for next 29 videos.
Yeah.
And it was annoying, but then they already paid you, so you have to deliver. So I mean, I would say definitely find a brand that you were interested in and that you like, that you have interest in, because it will make it 100% more easier to record.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's something that I even taught like Corey and some of my other really, really successful students. It's like in the beginning, you don't want to niche yourself down too much, but you also want to stay open to everything, because what you can catch yourself doing, and Corey dealt with this, I dealt with this, is taking on brands just because you're being paid. And then when the time comes, like you mentioned, you have this big blob in your head where you don't know exactly what to create, because you realize like, okay, the invoice is paid, but now I got 30 videos to deliver. Right. So you started to mature and realize that once those, brands started to come on, then that as a creator makes you a lot selective, I assume, right? And
you have to deliver too. You can't just expect to get paid $1,000 and just go do some measly videos, because they're not going to sign you again.
Yep.
You're not going to have any case studies, so you're not going to make any more money after that, probably. And yeah, that's how it is. So don't expect to get paid and just go do a measly 30 videos, because it's not going to work.
Yeah, 100%. And that's huge. Like what he just mentioned, it's one thing just to get paid and get paid for those 30 videos, but it's another to be able to have a client on for 3-4 months. That's the goal. You want to be able to have these retainers where not only they're paying you for a month, but they're paying you for the next 6 months. And Corey, actually, this leads me to my next thing. Corey, his first very client, he had them on for 3 months. So there's a lesson in there. They paid him whatever they paid him for the 3 months of him doing it, versus having to go out and chase these brands each month. It can get tiring. It's just not worth it, versus trying to find a client you crush it for. And then, some of my biggest retainers have been 20 grand in 3 months. So this brand's paying me 4 or 5 grand per month. So I guess for you, how long did it take for you to get that first client? And then that first client, tell them how long that you had them on for. Well, I just said that, but kind of that. Yeah. Final boss.
But I got Final Boss ASAP. Like as soon as I joined Creatorly, like probably like 3 days after. And that wasn't even the first one. Remember I got the one, but I didn't end up doing it for some reason. It was something from Sam, bro. I forget. It was like I think it was like something like that. Yeah. That was really the first deal, but something happened where we didn't really get to kick it off. But 4 or 5 days later, Final Boss, he introduced me to Final Boss, and I got that deal. So that came around like super quick.
Yeah. Okay. And Final Boss, how long did you have them on for?
I had them for 3 months, and the retainer increased as I went on because they seen me doing good.
Exactly. See, like that's the thing. Like he had them on 3 months versus 1 month, where that 3 month probably could have covered whatever his expenses was for the month, just because he had that one long term. And I assume after that, you still had other brands you were working on.
Yeah. I quit my job too after that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. It was probably a dumb. I don't want to say it was a dumb decision, but like I seen the money, bro. I seen the potential, so I was like, bro, I'm done with this.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's that.
Nah. And Final Boss was a tricky product because it was candy. So like he was mentioning, supplements are very, very hard. I think you would have to just get a feel for just different things. Like for me now, I would say apps are really huge. Certain supplements, I think if the branding is good, it can play a tie into it. And that actually leads me to like one of the Corey's biggest case studies, which was La Stella. I was going to ask you, what do you feel as if was the most like memorable brand collab that you've had? Whether it be La Stella?
La Stella and Final Boss. Final Boss was fun.
Yeah.
Final Boss was fun. It was my first one.
Yeah.
It was like, I wouldn't say my prime, but like it was when the money really started. It was when it first started coming in.
Yeah.
But then La Stella is where the views was hitting like that. They went crazy on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
And
walk them through the case studies from what you did with La Stella, what you grown the page to, how many views you accumulated, to also doing it on Instagram too for La Stella?
Okay, so yeah, so on TikTok, I rented out a hotel, and well, La Stella, it was a I think what kind of product it was.
Basically, like if you guys are familiar with Tap Chocolate, it was an aphrodisiac sex chocolate thingy. But we got morals, so we ain't doing that none of that anymore.
bro. Okay, so yeah, so it was like that. So I got a hotel, got a girl, and we started doing just a bunch of content. We just knocked a bunch of content out. And this was when I first started. So we knocked a bunch of content out, and I went and posted them on TikTok. First 5 videos, they did like 1,000 views.
Yeah.
And then it was like my 6th or 7th one, it hit big. Like it hit really big. And it went to like, I think it hit like, it's probably like 4 mil now. And the followers were going crazy. I gained like 20K followers in probably like 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then he called me. He was like, bro, check it, bro. Check it. We finna put this link in your bio. As soon as you hit 1,000, we put this link in your bio and you're gonna start getting paid. And that's what happened. The views kept coming in, and the cha-ching kept running in, bro. Like it was all happening so quick. Like this was a bigger hit than Final Boss. It's different when you get a retainer versus like actually generating sales from a video. You see it like it's like Shopify. You know, you just keep getting them sales going in and in and in. And then yeah, so after that, I kind of figured out what worked for La Stella. You know what I mean? And I was just hitting. I was just running them. And once you figure out a working formula for a video, you keep rinse and repeat them up. And then and yeah, so I kept knocking them out. Some of them didn't blow, but some of them did blow, and it was a good amount that did.
Yeah.
And then as far as Instagram, you just take those videos from Instagram and put them on, or take those videos from TikTok and put them on Instagram, and those did even better.
Yeah, 100%. What'd you grow the Instagram to?
21 point. I think it's like 21.7 right now.
And what span?
Probably a month.
Yeah, that's impressive. Like 20K in a month on Instagram is not easy to do, especially with it being repurposed content from TikTok. What did you grow the TikTok to? I think what, 30K?
30K, 30-something. That was probably like a month and a half, for real. A month and a half, yeah.
Yeah. So guys, in terms of all that, right? That one case study in itself set him up where he could pitch any brand he want for whatever he wanted. You know, the thing in this game is there's no true retainer of what you can pitch. It's all about the value that you have to offer and the work that you've done. And if, you know, he continuously build up more and more case studies like he did with La Stella, then he'll be able to get to the point where he's charging 10, 15, 20 grand. You know, sometimes, like I said, I've been charging retainers that were 10 base, 20 base, and even some that close as 30, but the 30s would be the ones that would be spread amongst 4 or 5 months. And even then, when you, I think when you hit that first 1,000 followers, didn't you call me at like 4 a.m.? It's like, yo, we got to get the link in the bio.
Oh, yeah, I called you ASAP. I think you was up still too.
Yeah.
He was on the phone with somebody. I called you ASAP.
Yeah, yep. And yeah, like I said, he found the style that hit. Like your style, he found the one that hit with 4 mil, and then from there, just double down on that. And then we had a team of creators, so like they started to see more of his style, and then that's when that snowball effect comes in as far as all that goes.
Yeah, and another thing too, like now that I have that case study for like a sex product, I can go reach out to any other sex product if I was wanting to do that. If I was just wanting to be a freaky ass creator.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's all it takes. Like if you blow up in one niche, you go present yourself to all the other brands in that niche, and they'll see that you blew that up.
Yeah.
Like, okay. All right, cool. I trust you. Let's do it.
Exactly. And like I said, that's just all it takes is that one case study. And you realize that, right? Once you start pitching, it got a lot more easier because what's the number one thing brands ask for when you pitch them?
Case studies for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, they want to see that I know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. And without that, it's really hard to try to get that up for a retainer. Would you agree? Yeah, exactly. And also Corey, he came down. When was that? He came down and surprised me in Florida when I was living in Florida.
September 8th.
When was it?
September 8th.
Why do you remember that date?
I don't know why, bro. I don't know why I remember that day, but I remember that's when my plane took off. Yeah,
September 8th. He came down and visited me. And then also one of my other boys, Ian, he's one of my students that I'm going to do an interview with. You guys have probably seen him on my channel. He was living with me, and we all came down, kicked it and stuff like that. So that was lit to be able to have like people that were my students, but now are my boys to come into the program, you know, them make money and make shit happen. So I know, like I was telling them in the beginning of it all, you're more focused on like, you know, your food truck, kind of go into like how that started. Walk them through kind of what the goal is with that, because like I said, Corey got into this and just did it part-time. When I first talked to him, I think you said you were working at a warehouse. He ended up quitting the warehouse job. And then within 3 months, within 90 days of doing all this, he was able to generate 15, 16K. And that was allowed him to be able to, like I said, walk away from that job, do this. But his real passion and full-time thing has always been Fry Haven. So kind of introduce that and tell them like what the passion, what the goal is, and how far you want to take that.
Yeah, so Fry Haven is a food truck, and we sell loaded fries and lemonade. That's it. You know, I like to keep it simple. And my whole goal with that is to have at least 2 food trucks running in different parts of Ohio, like one in Cincinnati, and I think I want to put one in Columbus too, because that's where a lot of our target audience is. So I want to put one up there, and then after those 2 are running and doing pretty good, I want to take the revenue. I don't know. I haven't decided if I want to open up a storefront or not, or just keep it food truck based.
Yeah,
I like food trucks. You can really go anywhere, but my goal with that is literally just to have 2 food trucks running all over the state, all over the city, just creating a plague, like, you know, just spreading the business everywhere.
Yeah.
And then from there, I do want to start doing events too, like carnivals.
Yep. That'd be sick.
The houses and all type of stuff like that, just based around the brand.
Yeah. No, 100%. That'd be fire.
That's my biggest goal. I can't wait to like implement that. But
yeah,
now we're just trying to build the brand, build our audience, and just establish a business. You know what I mean?
100%. That's dope. And like I was telling you guys, like Corey's always been good at content before I even met him. Like when I found him and we started to talk on that first call, I did my research, kind of looked at his content. And I mean, he could even attest to this, like learning the skill of content, just the basic frameworks, even if it's for a company, your brand, or even like his own brand with his food truck, it can help you in many ways. But tell them kind of what you've grown for Fry Haven to on Instagram, and also how it's been over the tribute. I mean, you got people from other states commenting, wanting to come down and see you, right?
Right. Yeah. From everywhere, bro. They come from Tennessee. Somebody came down from Tennessee the other day.
Exactly.
And they called me, bro. And I was like, and we're closed right now because it's wintertime.
Yeah.
And they called me and they was like, hey, is this Fry Haven? I'm like, yeah. Are you guys open today? I was like, no, we're closed for the winter. He was like, dang, I came all the way from Tennessee.
That's crazy.
I'm like, bro. So I don't really realize. The thing about content is like when you blow up, you don't really realize who is reaching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hitting everybody, bro. Like I got this thing where it tells you like where your audience is, and it's like in different cities and stuff like that. So yeah. So this is the account right here. I don't know if y'all can really see it. Yeah. Right now it's at 52.2K. He think he gonna pass me, but he not. But yeah. So this account actually started at 70 followers. This is my old spam account. Like y'all know the spam accounts that we used to do like middle school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what this was. So it started at 70 followers, and it grew. It hit 52K probably in like November, and I started going crazy in May. So it's like, I don't know, 4 months or something like that. 52K in 4 months. 3 million views, 4 million views. And then after that, I got a picture of like the line that we had outside the food truck. It was crazy. So the impact that video had on our business was magical. So now now it's all about just creating more videos like that to grow the brand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like everything that we do, even with Corey on the food side of things and me on the content side of things of like product and even my personal brand, it all evolves around finding that one style, that one format. He did that with LaSalle. He did that with every other brand he's ever worked with. And he applied it to his business. And it's living proof to show you guys, like, it's literally once you find that one format, you crown it and it is yours, and you rinse, repeat that. I think, what was your biggest video got? What, 4 mil, 5 mil on Instagram?
Fry Haven?
Yeah.
It was like 4 mil, yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. Like 4 mil on Instagram goes a long, long way because Instagram is such a mature audience. And like you said, you got guys coming in from Tennessee to visit the truck. I can't imagine once they turn back up, when this weather, because we're in Ohio where it's 3 degrees. I mean, come spring, you got spring all the way till like July, August, September, October. I mean, you probably run up a couple hundred, like realistically, if you pushing hard and you just sitting down for the next 6-7 months on your food truck, 100%, no doubt.
It's gonna go crazy. It's actually at 5.3. So
5.3 mil. Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, I'll be getting recognized too around the city.
Yeah, exactly.
Big impact for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Sick, dude. Well, I mean, dude, if anyone that's watching this just want to become a content amplifier, get into this game, what would you say, like, what's the best advice that you would give them starting out, especially when they think that you need a following to land these big brand deals?
Okay, so one, when it comes to creating good content, find what's working in that niche and just do the same thing over and over again, but find a way to make it better. And if that works, just keep rinse and repeat. For two, do not, and I hate to say this, and y'all probably, and I know when I watch videos like this, I hate to hear people say this, but don't think you're finna make 10 videos and blow up and get rich and be in Miami on the yacht with all the content amplifiers. It could happen, but don't expect that, because you're gonna get to your 10th video and you're gonna lose motivation, you're gonna get discouraged, and you're gonna stop.
Yeah.
So don't expect to blow up, but do everything in your power to make sure you make a good video. And if you don't, you don't. On to the next one. You know, find something that works. And then so that's those two. And then yeah, just have fun with it. Just have fun with it.
100%. And if you could go back from when you first started, from when you first met me and you got into this game, what would you have done differently? Or would there have been anything you've done differently?
What I have done differently?
No, actually, what one piece of advice would you give yourself if you were starting over and doing this over again? What would you say?
Don't take on brands.
That's what I breathe and live that to my creators. Yes.
But even then, bro, it's like no matter how you told me that, but I still did it.
Yeah.
You have to do it. You have to do it to really understand, like, okay, I can't be doing this.
Yeah.
You see that money, bro. At the beginning, you see the money, you're going to take it regardless. I don't care. I can sit here and tell y'all, do not do it, do not do it. Yeah. But you're probably going to do it. So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Definitely don't take on anything. And volume is key.
Yeah.
Volume is key.
100%. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I breathe that to my creators, like, be selective, but also in the beginning, like you said, it's easy said than done. But I think the only way you really figure out like what you're really meant to do and what you're really meant to create is trying almost everything and then finally learning the hard way. Because like there would be some months I'll do 40 grand, but that was at peak where I'd take on 17 brands. At 17 brands, it was just like
stressful.
It's stressful, but you also got to look at it in a lens in perspective where you're like blessed. Like you could either be doing this or you could be out doing a job, working in a warehouse. And we both come from working warehouse jobs, working the 9 to 5. So we know exactly what that's like. But yeah, bro, as far as everything goes, dude, like if there's one thing that you would say, if you could wrap all this up into one word for one creator, even yourself or anyone watching this, what's the one common mistake that you tell them not to make? What would that be? The one outside of taking on other brands, what's that one common mistake that you see a lot of people fall off in this game because they can't see? What is it?
Expectations.
Explain. Could you elaborate?
Yeah, like I said earlier, don't expect to blow up within the first few days. Like I got friends that got into La Stella because of me doing good.
Yep.
But little do they know I was posting like 15 videos before I actually blew up. So he thought when he posted like 1 or 2 videos, his account was gonna look just like mine. And it didn't. So the expectations that you have, they gotta be realistic.
Yes.
For sure.
100%. Yeah.
Expectations don't get met, you're gonna get discouraged, like I said, and you're gonna want to quit.
Yeah. That's so it's real, bro. Because like the biggest thing that I tell people in this content game, the reason why most drop off is first off, setting the expectation, but also not be able to stay consistent. And if you can detach yourself away from the outcome in the beginning, it was only going to help you and serve you a lot longer, right? And it's just like a lot of people come into this game, it's like their first 5 or 10 views, they're like, bro, what the hell is going on? It's like, dude, you've posted 5 or 10 videos. Get in this game and post thousands of videos like you and I have done. Then we can kind of look back and say, okay, this is what we could have done differently. So 100% do. And like I said, he's more focused on like his food truck now. I mean, Corey has a portfolio where every now and then he can bounce into the game because he's never done this full time. This was just something where he got into it and then absolutely crushed it. But even though he has that foundation and that structure in those case studies, like I'm talking for a brand right now for him, he can pop in every now and then to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 grand a month, just like that, just because that case studies that he's established and built out that foundation, he has that to show for. But other than that, dude, I appreciate for you to jumping on, bro. First student interview. Where can they find you at?
You find me on Instagram at Chef Corey Jr. And y'all can follow the food truck page at Eat Fry Haven. And that's it.
And y'all can pop out. When y'all gonna open? When can they pop out?
We got something coming up here soon at the end of the month where we're kind of doing a different concept. It's like a spin-off of Fry Haven.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, I know you didn't.
I
But yeah, so that's coming at the end of the month. Just like I said, follow E Fry Haven. Y'all gonna know everything. So
There we go. There we go. Well, bro, I appreciate you for jumping on, and many blessings to you in the business. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
all right.
Peace, bro.